afternoon, no, good evening, everybody. Okay, it's Glenda, and I'm in my craft room stamping with you tonight. Apparently, I have no idea what time of the day it is. Holy Aunt Jemima, let me tell you. Just refreshing my computer here to make sure that I'm oriented properly so I can get comments and stuff. Oops. Hey, Jean. Hi, Norma. Yeah. So I may have just finished a brief nap in front of the television after dinner, and it's time for me to wake up, apparently. Whew. Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Make It Monday Night. And I will be telling you a story about this card soon, but look at it. It's a shaker card, and it's got a huge shaker pocket in it, so you can add lots and lots of shaker bits in there. Oh, I forgot to get my embossing buddy. Just hang on. That's a necessity. Okay, I got her now. I remembered my machine. I think I've got everything. Got my recipe. Whew. Look at all the people joining. Okay, this card. So, Wednesday mornings for probably 10 or 12 years. I'm doing really good, Jean. How about you? How was your weekend? We should do that. How's everybody's weekend? Did you have a good weekend? We had 2 fantabulous days here. Sunshine. Oh my goodness. It was 2 amazing days. It was Eve. The sun coming in was lovely and warm. And of course now today, winter's set in and it's raining and icky out there. But you know, that's part of life, right? Hey, Wendy. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Yvonne. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so this card. Hi, Janet. So, Wednesday mornings for probably somewhere between 10 and 12 years, I have gone to our local Sunshine Club, which is a local seniors group here in town, and volunteered my time to make a card with them every Wednesday morning. So along comes March 2019. And you know what happened in March of 2019? No, 2020. Hi, Holly. I don't even know what year it was. It was 2020, March 2020. We go to Tofino for our annual camping thing, and on March the 15th, COVID hit. Spent last evening at daughter's house, so I got to see trick-or-treat. Oh, lucky you. Yeah, we got none here either. No, I said to hubby, let's put some candy by the front door just in case somebody shows up. But we've been in this house. This is our 15th Halloween here, and the only people we've ever gotten is our grandchildren. So, but you know, you got to be prepared just in case somebody decides to change their mind. Anyways, March 15th, 2020, COVID shutdown hits, and we can't get together anymore. So this card I was supposed to be doing with them when I got back from Tofino in April of 2020. It was going to be an Easter card. Well, of course, it's been sitting there meditating for ever since. So I guess that's what, 21 March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So that's 18 months. It's been sitting there a long time, just waiting for me to be able to go back and do them. So in October, we were given the go-ahead that we could get back together and make cards together. So the first one, I didn't do this one because this one is a little bit of it's not a card that you want to do when you haven't made cards for almost 2 years. And I knew that some of the ladies hadn't been making cards at all. So we did a different one. So this one we finally managed to get made. And this stamp set, I had to save it from my BOGO sales called Easter Promise because I knew I had to make this card. And then I had all these retired shaky things. I had about 6 packages of retired shaky things that I had amalgamated into one that I also had to keep out and make sure I didn't throw away. So all the pieces were made for it though. So tonight I'm going to turn it into a birthday card, which is what we did. We didn't do Easter card when we did it with a Sunshine Club. I'm going to turn it into a birthday card, which is really easy to do. But I'm also going to use a new stamp set. So, hi Shannon. Hey Holly, did I say hi to you? I don't remember. I'm going to use Blessings of Home. Oh, this one is coming in the new catalog in January. And because I'm going to our convention, I was able to order it early because we're going to use it for make and take. So I thought, well, let's use it tonight. So I'm going to use this image here instead of the crocuses. And then the inside and the envelope. Oh, good for you, Jean. You'll be able to recreate the card. It's a fun card. And, you know, I dare anybody to pick up a shaker card and not shake it. I'll tell you. They're fun. I didn't get my dots out. Let me grab them. So the bling on them is playing with patterns dots. These carried over from the catalog, which was really weird. I guess they had a lot of them left because if this is the old. Oh, was that purple that just retired? How soon they forget. You know, the one they had all the problems with the ink. I don't remember now. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do it. So Wendy was asking for the recipe, and I didn't do a recipe because I wasn't doing recipes back there. Purple Posy, yes, thank you, Yvonne and Jean. So the base is Sahara Sand. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and then you need a thick Whisper White, or see how long it was? It says Whisper White. A thick basic white piece, 5.5 by 4.25. And you're going to cut this out. So I've got these pieces all prepared because they were ready for a class and I wasn't doing Facebook Lives back then. So you need, nope, not that one. Stitch rectangles. Let me get them out here. You need this one. And then you need the one bigger. So that one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 6 and number 7. So out of thick, I'm using thick because then it has more body to it. So you take a piece of 5.25 by 4 or some kind of size and cut out a frame like this. Layer them and cut out a frame. And then in the middle, I cut out this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, number 5 from Stitch So Sweetly. I cut that out of the middle of that. So you have very little left over. Okay, so then I needed a piece 2 by 3 to do the sentiment of basic white. I'm using Memento ink. I'm not using Call Me Clover because it's retired. I'm going to use Highland Heather, Old Olive, and Daffodil Delight because Mango Melody is gone as well. So I will try and remember in the description of the video to put in the measurements for you. But there you go. They're in here. So there's my card base. There's a 5 1/4 by 4 with my X on it. That's my inside piece. And I didn't show you the inside. I just did that and then colored the flower centers. But of course, this one will be different. There's my frame that I cut out. This is the piece that's left over when you cut that frame out. Now, don't throw this away, because if you cut something the size of the center, you can put that on top like that and use this for another piece on another project. So don't be throwing that away. This is for the sentiment. That's the piece I cut out of the middle. And then you need a piece of window sheet, excuse me, that's 3 1/4 by 4 5/8. And when I gave it to all of the ladies, I left some tissue paper on it, because you know when you put it down, you can't find it. I know, I do that all the time. Okay, and foam strips. Foam strips are really important when you're trying to do a shaker card, because if you don't get a continuous frame all the way around underneath here and lock your bits in, then you'll have them leaking out all the time, and it will be a shakerless shaker card forevermore. Okay, so let me share with you how to do this. So step 1, you've got your frame cut out, and it's really, really skinny. So I'm just going to take some Terran tape, and I'm going to cut. Now, you're not seeing that. Let me move it over a bit. Whoops. I'm just going to cut some in half, because this is not 1/4 inch, and this tape is 1/4 inch. Now, it doesn't matter if this tape is continuous on your frame or not, because this is you're going to put this on, and then the plastic is going to go on. Okay, so now you saw what I was doing. I'm just going to move it over out of my way, and then I'm going to put it right here on top of the back side of the frame. One on that side and one on this side, like that. And then a little bit more, cut in half the same way. Sometimes I wish that Terran tape came in 1/8 of an inch instead of just 1/4 of an inch, but it's easy to cut in half. Of course, when you make it too long, that doesn't help at all. Okay, one on that side. So I know how Jean's weekend was. How was everybody else's? Did you get lots of trick-or-treaters? We got to do a video chat with our northern granddaughter in her costume. She was so cute. She was a unicorn. And our grandson was a stormtrooper. You know, one of them Star Wars-y type stormtrooper-y things. Yeah, that's what he was. And I haven't talked to him yet, because he was out trick-or-treating when we got to talk to Maggie. Okay, so I've got adhesive all the way around on that frame like that. Now I'm going to take my piece of window sheet, start my bunny rabbit ears with this, because I just find it easier because when this stuff sticks, it sticks. Sticks like cement. Wow, 90. Yvonne had 25. Aw, that's cute. Hey, Connie. Yeah, I miss the days. When our local kid and his family used to live in town, we would go over there, and Ted and I would sit and do the trick-or-treaters at the house, and they would take the kids out, but they don't live in town anymore. They live out of town, and they don't get any trick-or-treaters either, so we don't get to see trick-or-treaters. Okay, now I'm just attaching the plastic, and then just pull this off. There we go. 23 for you, Holly. Oh, nice. There was lots and lots and lots and lots of fireworks. Holy Aunt Jemima, the fireworks. I was just glad we didn't have any pets because there was a lot of them. Oh, Carmen, you didn't get any either? I feel your pain. Okay, I'm going to put that out of the way. Now, foam strips. Oops, foam strips are the next bit to do. So now I'm going to put them right along here, the same place, but now it's over top of the plastic. And this is where you got to be really careful that you get the edges butted up against each other. Because this is where your sequins could leak out if you don't get it done right. Seven trick-or-treaters, too bad for Carmen. Aw, but Carmen, did you give your stuff to nieces and nephews and stuff? Yeah, you worked really hard on getting all of those things done up. And seven, Janet, that's weird, considering you were like right across back to back with Holly there, and she had 25. Okay, so see, I've made sure that that touch is there and there. And now I'm going to do this side. I think place is blacklisted. There was a family that went by but never. Oh, well, maybe they figure some old weird person lives there. I remember when I was a kid, holy man, we had this dude. I grew up for my formative years in Vernon. Okay, I'm going to have an issue with this end because it's not going to meet here. So I've got to do some finagling. Hang on. I grew up in Vernon, and back then we used to walk everywhere, you know. And we would go out trick-or-treating with our pillowcases and be gone. We'd go out at 6 and come home at 9 with this huge... You're not weird. So we used to come home with huge bags of candy. But there was a dude that lived there in a gully. It was literally, he lived in a gully. It came down like this, and he lived way down at the bottom of it. And he was weird. We used to call him Junkie Joe. We never went there either. Okay, so I have my frame with the plastic on it. And now I've got my foam strips. Now take the embossing buddy and just go over it a little bit to get rid of the some of the static. And then what I do is I go up against the edge of the foam strip just in case there's any sticky left there. There we go. Okay, so that's all ready to go. Now, before 5:30. Wow. Yeah, kids are going out earlier now. They're going out during the daylight, and then they go to events and stuff. So our grandkids, one of the facilities up there, the old people's houses, seniors facilities, does appointments. And you make an appointment and bring your kid past the facility. They walk around past the windows, and all the old people all the seniors are looking out the windows at them. And then they get to get some candy. So that's what they did. They did that, and then there was a house in downtown Quesnel that was haunted house decoration thing. So they went to that. And I was told it was a really good one. Even our son was startled with one of them. And he watches like Freddy Krueger and all those weird movies. Okay, so now you put a pile of sequins in the middle, like this. Make sure that you get them inside where you're going to put your frame. Yeah, that's the static. Now I'm going to do my bunny ears again. So now Halloween's over for another year. This coming up weekend, we move our clocks back. So if you don't do daylight savings time, I will be an hour later for you because we fall back. So instead of going live at 8, I'll be going live at 9. And I know there's a few places that don't change. And I'm hoping this is the last time BC changes. Okay, so I've got my rabbit ears. Now I'm going to put this, and I don't want to go too close until I get it lined up because you saw how it jumped up there. So you put it down, get it lined up where you want it, and do the same thing as you normally do with your rabbit ears. Now I put a whole bunch of shaker bits in there. Uh-oh. That was not good. I just broke my rabbit ear. Uh-oh. And see, this one is sticking out. Get that out of there before I do that rabbit ear. Now, I have to get my pokey tool. I hate changing. It's so hard on animals and kids, and it doesn't bother me in the least, but it sure does. Kids and animals. Come on. I know there's a piece in there. So where is it? There it is. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. I got it and it keeps slipping back. So let's just go further down. There we are. Oh, I tore it again. You think I'd know what I was doing by now. Okay. There we go. Okay, so there's our shaker thing. And because it's got a great big huge shaker spot in there, look at that. Ooh, that's so fun. Sorry. I love playing with these things. They're a lot of fun. And I've got all different kinds of shaker bits in there because I had amalgamated like somewhere between 4 and 6 different packages of shaker bits. Extra sleep. Yeah. And Carmen, I know what you mean. We have a grandson that does not do well with it. Okay, so that's the shaker bit. I put that off to the side. We'll get this in here and we'll do some stamping and then some coloring. Let's get this out of the way. Get this. Now, I haven't stamped this stamp yet. So, I'm going to take my old sanding block and I just go over top of it lightly. And all it does is takes off any of the residual pieces that are left over from the processing. And whenever you get a new stamp, you should do this. If it's just photopolymer, just wipe it. If it's rubber, then you can even use like an emery board or something and just lightly go over it. Don't sit there and reef on it or you'll ruin your stamp. I wish we stayed at daylight savings time now with falling back. I go to work in the dark, but still, but now how come? Oh, good. Yeah. When we lived up north, we lived mile 128 of the Alaska Highway, which is maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours south of Alaska. It would get light at like 11 o'clock in the morning, and by 3 o'clock it was dark again. Winters up there were brutal. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this in Memento. I have no idea what the stamp looks like because I haven't used it before. It's nice using new stuff. And our son, he was up on the Sir Wilfrid Laurier icebreaker one winter for a 3-month stint. Ooh, that's going to be fun to color. And he said there was a couple of days they never saw daylight at all up there. I can't imagine. Okay, I'm going to do the inside one. There we go. And the envelope while I'm at it. Okay. There we are. And while I'm stamping, let's just stamp the sentiment. Where did it go? There it is. This stamp set has some nice sentiments in it, but they were a little bit too big for what I want. Thank you for inspiring me. Have a perfect birthday. We can get through anything together. What a beautiful day for love. Oh, that's going to be a lovely one for a wedding card. You are a real blessing to everyone around you. Okay. Die. Okay, let's put these ones away. All right, that's one. So I'm working on December's class, and it's going to be fun. I'm having fun. It's fun folds so far. And don't forget about the Forever Fern class. Now, do you want me to do sneak peeks of the cards? I might do a sneak peek of 1 or 2 of the Forever Fern cards for you tonight. This die is from the Potted Succulents dies. You still got a couple of days to sign up for that. And my tutorial subscription is now open too. If you are not already part of that, for $10 a month, you get the tutorial option for my classes each month. But classes are only 3 cards and the tutorial subscription gets 4. So by doing the monthly subscription thing, you're getting access to 1 extra card tutorial each month. And the cards, when I do them, they're pretty well done. So, well, except for Forever Fern. That one you kind of need Forever Fern. But the one I'm working on now, you'll be able to use different stamp sets if you don't have the one. But if you are part of the tutorial and you live in Canada and you want to upgrade to the bundle or the card kits, then your tutorial subscription amount of $10 goes towards that. Okay, so this is dark. I'm going to have purple flowers because I like purple flowers. All right, let's do some coloring. I have no idea what kind of flowers these are and if they are purple, but in my world, they are. because it's my card and I can do what I want. Connie, you just got the Forever Fern tutorial, but if you want to flip that to a monthly one, we can absolutely do that. It just, you can pay, when you do the monthly subscription, you can pay monthly, and I send you a reminder email the last week of each month to pay for the next month, or you can pay for more than 1 month at a time, up to a year in advance. And then you don't, if you do that, you don't have to worry about it. It just automatically comes to you when I send out the tutorials, which are usually during the first week to 10 days of each month. Definitely in time to get prepped for the class. And if you are part of the tutorial, you are also invited to stamp with us at the class. Or you can just make the cards yourself using the video tutorials. So each card has an exclusive video to it, a list of supplies, and a complete list of measurements to prep. And then you get the bonus of being able to stamp along with me in a Zoom. And if you don't do Zoom, then we can talk about it. Because I'm thinking of just opening a group for the monthly tutorial subscription, and we'll just stream it live there as well. Okay, so when you're, this class is November the 24th, Holly. So when you're coloring with Stampin' Blends, the way I do it is I always put down a really good thick coat of the light color first, and you need to have it so that it's coming through to the other side. Now this is thick basic white, and it's not quite as nice to work with as the regular basic white, but you can still get a good thick coat of color and the light one, and then I put the dark one where I want it to be, which is wherever the artist has put the hashtags, and wherever I think there's going, like this one's overlapping there, so there'll be a little bit of a shadow. And then I go back over again with the light one to blend it all together. Oh, those are lovely. See, I'll show you. Oh, Valerie, hello, girlfriend. How you doing? Well, if you want to get in on the November one, I have not sent it out yet. So just send me an email if you want to do that. I think these little ones, I'm just going to do them dark. You can always do it retroactive too. If you decide that when I start sharing pictures of the cards, which I don't do, I just do sneak peeks. But if you decide that you really like them and you want to do the tutorial instead of the monthly subscription, instead of just doing the tutorial, just let me know, because we can do that. It's open now. It'll be open for till the end of December, and then it's going to close again. Registration for the monthly tutorial. Okay, so there we go. There's the purple parts of the flowers. It is a beautiful stamp set, Carmen. It is, and it's got a bigger image too. Did you see that? Did you see this big image? Look at this. And there's dies for them. There's a set of dies. Did I get them out? No, I did not. Okay. So here's the dies. So it's got, oh, I did one of these. There's the dies. So there's the 2 dies to cut the stamps out. And then there's all of these really fun dies too. It's going to be fun to use. Coming to a catalog near you on January the 2nd, I think it is, or the 3rd or something. Oh, and there's designer paper. I showed you the designer paper already. So this is Daffodil Delight. I'm just doing dark Daffodil Delight flower centers. Oh, I don't remember, Valerie. Have a look at my flower while I tell you, because I got you in here, Valerie. Okay, Valerie, you were paid up till the beginning of August. So you let me know if you want to join again. And we can definitely do it retro if you want to go back and get the August, September, and October ones. There we go. And now I'm just using Old Olive to do the leaves. I think I've showed you the paper already that goes with this. But I can. When I get the card put together, just remind me and I'll go and, because I made one of those cards with the sample cards with all the pieces on there. Yeah, so you can go retroactive back as many months as you want if you sign up for the monthly subscription. Just send me an email. Let me know. $10 a month will get you forward and backward issues. And you can do that if you live in Canada by e-transfer. If you live outside of Canada, PayPal. All right. Now, I'm going to get my marker and see if I can make the marker work, because sometimes these stems are so thin that I like to use just my regular Stampin' Up marker because it doesn't bleed and won't go outside the lines as long as I don't go outside the lines. So for the skinny stems, I prefer this. I don't always do it, but I can. Okay, whoops, didn't mean to throw that. I will show you the paper then. I will. Good, Val. Just send me an email. Let me know. Okay, I'm just adding some dark to the leaves here. It always looks so funny when I put the dark on because it kind of sticks out. But then when you take your light and go over top of them, it like magic, it all blends in together. See that? Isn't that pretty? Apparently I'm having fun coloring tonight. I'm not in the mood every night to color, but tonight apparently it's working. I used to color stamps called magnolias. They're from Sweden. And they're angels. And they have no faces because angels don't have faces. And I haven't colored one of them for a long time. I still have the stamps. All right, just about done. 3 more leaves, and no fussy cutting, no die cutting. It's going to just, there we go. So how about that? Isn't that cute? I love it. All right, bring the shaker card back in. Get some adhesive on here. There it is. Looking for my mat to start my adhesive. Thank you. Whoops. Come on. Had it down too far. Let's just go with it right there. And then this, I'm going to, this one I popped up because this is probably going to cost more money to send anyways, but I think I'll just put this one flat. Maybe I'll get away with $1 instead of $1.92. I ordered myself one of those things that they use at the post office when you take your mail in there and they slip it through the hole. I ordered myself one of those. I made myself one years ago out of cardboard. It was getting a little ratty, so I ordered one from Canada Post. So this one, I'm going to try something a little bit different with it. I'm doing the centers. And then I'm going to take my light and just put a little bit of color like this out from the center. And I'm just doing that in a flicking motion. Just to give it some color, but not fill it all in. Because you know, there are flowers like that out there too. And I flick outwards because then I can get it solid up against the center and lighter out where it needs to be lighter. And not all of the flicks are the same length. And this one just a little bit of color around the centers. You don't have to do the whole flower if you don't want to do the whole flower. Oops, there's another one. Now, I moved my pens around and I can't always find them. This is the color lifter. So I'm just going to go over the edges like this. And that just blends them in a bit. Now, don't sit there and go over it and over it and over it, because you will end up just making it all disappear. It's like bleach. You have to let it work its way, its magic for a while. And all I'm doing is just softening those edges a bit. I'll go back over a second time and just pull that color out. There we go. Thanks. Those must be anemones or something, eh? I don't know what they are. They're really pretty. And that's it. I'm not going to do any of the green. And the envelope I'm just going to leave green, black and white. Time is it? Oh, gotta get going. It's amazing how a card this simple can take so much time, even with all the prep work I did. All right, now put the inside. Like that. There's the envelope. Now, get the the doohickeys. Okay, while I go get the paper, tell me, should I put purple ones or yellow ones on there? And I'll go get that paper so I can show you. Am I putting purple or yellow? Okay, so we got a purple and a yellow. I can do both. I could put purple and yellow. Anybody else have an opinion? Purple or yellow? Yellow. And one more down here. Done. That's it. It's done. Okay, we had 2 purples and 2 yellows, so I just made the executive decision to put yellow in there. So there you go. There's the shaker cards. I put a lot more shaker bits in there than I did in this one. But because they're now retired and I can't do anything else with them, I might as well use them, right? Okay, here's the paper that goes with the stamp set. It's called Heart and Home. And it's the one that has wood grain. It's basic gray and white wood grain on one side and floral on the other. And then this one here has cute little bumblebees in it. Isn't that cute? I love that paper. I haven't used it yet because I'm kind of waiting to see what I have to prep for on stage. So on stage is next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Yes, next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we're going to do make and takes, just like when you come here for an open house or something and I have kits made up for you, same thing. Exactly the same thing. But we have to make our own kits because, of course, we're not doing it in person. So that's why I had to get the stamp set and the dies. Stamp set, the dies, the paper, and that jean ribbon is the one that goes with it. Okay, so I'm going to keep the bonus card a secret because that's only for my subscribers. Okay, I think I've done this before. I might have given you a sneak peek of the card. I don't want to show you the whole card. I don't want to ruin it for you. Okay, how am I going to do this that you're not going to be able to read it? Okay, here you go. Here's one. That's a sneak peek of one. And so that one is not a fun fold. The other two are fun folds. So here's a sneak peek of this other one. Coming to a classroom near you. And then the third one is another fun fold. But I'm not showing you what the fun fold parts are. Here you go. There's the third one. Oh! Working its way through. And then there's one more that is a fun fold that it belongs to the tutorials. So you only get a sneak peek of that if you belong to my tutorial subscription. There you go. Thanks for hanging out with me, ladies. Oh, Wendy, you sent me a message on Messenger. Yay. Oh, there's a special technique in number 3. There is. Yes. All right. So that's it. Thanks so much, ladies. I'll be live on YouTube tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. I'm going to do this card tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, YouTube Live. This is designer paper, and I will show you how I achieved that, because until I watched a video by Patty Bennett, I had no idea about the secret for that designer paper. It blew me away when I saw that, and I had to make the cards right away. Thanks, Yvonne. Thanks, Holly, Norma, Jean, Carmen, everyone who's watching. I appreciate you joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock on YouTube. The link will post here in the morning. Thanks, ladies. Stampin' Smiles, and bye for now.